Hey everybody, it's a good time for an update. I'm headed down to Vanderbilt University for my first follow-up CT scan after 9 weeks of treatment, chemotherapy, and the trial drug and an immunotherapy. We hope to see good things. I won't have the results today. We'll have the results throughout the week. At some point they'll come back. But we're expecting really good results from this because we've had not just, I've been feeling better, not just that I've been feeling better and the pain's gone away, my shoulder radiation pain's gone away, I don't have any abdominal pain, and my lungs are back to full capacity, at least from a singing standpoint. I lead worship at the chapel and post here at Fort Campbell, and we were having worship practice just last night and singing a song that really requires me to belt it out a little bit. And I just about halfway through the song, I noticed I can take a full breath in, hold it, and push from my diaphragm like I used to before I got sick. It's been it just hasn't been like that. I haven't had full lung capacity. The first CT scan showed that the bottom two lobes of my lungs were both collapsed because of the size of my liver, because of the size of the tumors that were in there. So clearly there's been pressure relief on that nerve system that caused that nerve pain up here in my shoulder. Clearly the size of my liver that's been pushing into my diaphragm, my lungs is gone down, and I can't wait to actually see that on a CT scan. Beyond that though, they took blood work and there was good news back from the blood work. So it's not just me telling myself, hey, I'm getting better. There's actual data, this cancer antigen 125, for those of you who are kind of going through this too or might know what this means. It's just something they look for in your body. This one looks at metastasis and the potential for metastasis throughout your body. And this number decreased by more than 50%. It was at 50 prior to treatment, now it's down to 22, which is in the normal range of what a normal person who isn't sick can have. And also carbohydrate antigen 19.9. This one is one that's real big for, it's a big indicator for pancreatic cancer, but also it's highly correlative once someone's diagnosed with liver cancer and has these solid liver tumors. It's really like in the 96% correlative, I think, is the number that the nurse gave me, who was going over these results with me last Friday. And she said that it's so correlative, if it drops significantly, we can expect a significant drop in tumor size. And she said cautiously optimistic because we still have to see the pictures, the images. But I even read online that if that number drops by 20%, your prognosis goes from very poor to very good. And mine dropped by 50% over the course of one treatment cycle. So they actually took the blood work at 7 weeks. We got it back at 8 weeks. And then today is officially the 9th week. My Friday off between chemo sessions, in between my first entire cycle and second entire cycle. So I'm seeing really good stuff, and I'm really optimistic. And I feel good, barring the chemotherapy side effects. I've still got most of the hair that I started off with. I am using these cold caps. They sit in the freezer throughout the week, and I take them with me to my chemotherapy treatments and put them on my head. There's like a gel that stays cold and tightens up the blood vessels in your head so that the chemotherapy doesn't get up and circulate through there. It might be a gimmick, but it may be working for me. I know I haven't lost any hair, but I've heard of a lot of people using them, very hopeful, and not working either. So everybody's different. I've been tired, really tired, like sleepy tired, not fatigue tired, all week. I felt like I could have just slept all week long. Every time I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't at work, I just wanted to lay on the couch and sleep. So the fitness side of things has really sloped off a lot. We built a nice little gym that I could work out here at home, and that's been tough. If you can, if you're going through this and you can relate, don't feel bad. I'll get back on it. But man, I've been sleepy, and then it started to affect my bowels and my gut. I'm not all stopped up, but it's definitely different. So the chemotherapy is affecting me, but I mean, I can't, that doesn't compare to the sickness I felt, the way I felt from really starting in January all the way through mid-treatment cycle when things started to get better. So just keep praying for me. I really appreciate all your prayers. I know it's making a huge difference. Everywhere I go, even visiting out in Idaho, just meeting people in small groups that are just praying for me. It's such a blessing. I know I've met a whole lot of people traveling around with the military, moving around, with my family and my life. And I'm really starting to see just how much love there is spread all throughout there. So I do love all you guys back. And I want to just share one verse, share one thing that I'm considering, and it specifically how I can have hope with this kind of diagnosis. I know it's scary if you have a family member that's got this kind of diagnosis or dealing with this type of cancer. The reality is that the doctor labeled this as stage 4A intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma. Looking it up, we never talked about stages, but from my understanding, it had met the category 3 qualifications, but he really considers how much it's spread throughout my liver and its effect potentially on the lymph nodes around my liver. Not that they're cancerous, but that they're inflamed, and without doing a biopsy, the concern is that the potential for spreading to them is high. So a stage 4A cancer diagnosis with intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma, this type of liver cancer, if you're just looking at Google, if you're just looking at the survival rates, it's about 2% for 5 years. Literally 2% for survival, 2% survival rate for 5 years for someone with this level. But it hasn't spread throughout my body. It might be a little drastic. It sounds drastic to me. No diabetes, no hepatitis, the other stuff that normally comes along with it. So it is a little bit of an anomaly, but still to read, hey, what do I got? And to see online, to see through all this data that your chance of surviving 5 years is only 2%. That's scary. I don't have to accept it. God's in complete control of my life. But from the very beginning, I've been able to say, hey, it doesn't matter whether I'm sick or not. God controls every minute of every day of every cell in my entire life and in my entire body. But 1 Peter 3:15, but in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks, to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect. So Jesus is the reason I have hope. God, my creator, who made my body, who ordained everything in my life from before the world was created, he knows. He's in charge. He sees the future. He knows my past. He knows what caused this, even though nobody else does. And he knows what it's going to take to get me through it. And he knows how he's going to change my heart, my thinking, my mind, my body, and everything, my career. He knows, and he's got his purpose for it. So I don't have to worry about a single thing. I don't have to worry about a single day. I can't add days onto my life. And I'm certainly not going to take any away. So the Lord is my hope. He's my healer, and he's with me. I see my 4 beautiful daughters, my wife, and right now life is still pretty good. Life's really good for me, and I'm not afraid every day, even though I'm taking a lot of naps. So keep praying for me, please. We've got some big changes in our family coming around, with me staying here at Fort Campbell now for quite a while, being in recovery. They're transferring me to a recovery unit as a patient, and they don't have a replacement chaplain for me in my unit, so I'm going to hang around and continue to help out there. But lo and behold, the chaplain in the recovery unit is also transferring, and he'll be gone next month. So Lord willing, I will be able to really cover down and help twice as many soldiers with 2 units, just being able to be present, not formally assigned, but having the freedom and the health to spend time in my local office where I work out of and all my stuff is, and the recovery unit office, until we find chaplains to cover down for both of those. So God's opening up more ministry opportunity. I'm still serving at Crossroads Chapel, and working with the youth, working with the worship team, and I'm really blessed. Going to the soldier recovery unit, going through this while I'm in this whole recovery process and treatment. I won't be going anywhere, so that it extends my time here at Fort Campbell quite a bit. And then beyond that, let's say I'm 2 years in recovery. That'll only put me 3 years away from retirement. So all I need to do is try to get one more tour here in Fort Campbell, which isn't hard because it's so big, and I could be at retirement age as far as my military career goes. So we're looking into buying a house. We found one, was able to potentially assume a VA loan down at 2.9% from somebody who had got their VA loan back when it was really low, and that just fell into our lap. It was a real blessing. And for the same price as what we pay for our on-post housing for our current rent. Please pray for that with us. There's a couple other things going on in our lives, but I just ask that you would pray for blessings on our family as we kind of make this transition into just kind of a recovery cycle with the Army, and what that's going to look like as far as my job, as far as my wife's responsibilities, and just where and how we live every day. And of course, pray for my healing. I know your prayers are hugely impactful, and I thank every single one of you. I'll let you guys know as soon as I have any information back from the CT scans. I know it's going to be good news. God bless all y'all.